I'm Kevin Hirschberger, and today we're going to take a quick look at the new 450F. The 450F is our latest addition to the F-Series line. This is our 17-foot backhoe, and this finishes out the F-Series machines. Main things it brings to us is a Tier 4 emissions program. So now this machine meets all Tier 4 emissions regulations. It's got a lot of the same features that you're already familiar with from our smaller F-Series machines. Except with this one, there are a number of features that come standard on this machine. For instance, on the 450, the four-wheel drive is standard on every machine. You'll see things like the stabilizer guards at the back of the machine that are also standard. Versatility is a little bit different on this tractor than it is on the smaller machines. And so when we look up front, we don't have the IT package, but we do have the option of getting a pin-on coupler on the front. This one is equipped with a multi-purpose bucket and a set of flip-over forks. So for versatility here, if you need to move some materials around the job sites, it's as simple as just removing a couple pins here, flipping those forks over, and you've got the ability to do material handling work with this machine. We meet Tier 4 emissions on this tractor the same way we did on our smaller machines. It's a totally passive system. And so under the hood, you've got your C4.4 engine. This one's rated at 127 horsepower, so we deliver more performance here as well than we do on the smaller machines. Totally passive system. Like on the smaller F-Series machines, we've moved the exhaust from coming out the center of the hood to over here on the right-hand side. And so you see it hidden behind the A-posts where it doesn't block visibility down to the front bucket. So the emissions package is behind here inside the box where it's thermally protected and wrapped and protected from that heat source that some of our competitors have when they install their emissions package under the engine. Like the smaller machines, it's a totally passive system. What that means is for the operator of this machine, he never has to worry about what's going on with emissions. There's a diesel oxidation catalyst and a diesel particulate filter in there, and they're continuously regenerating. We generate at lower exhaust temperatures than our competition does, and so that allows us to do regeneration continuously with normal operating temperatures. In a situation, if a guy was operating for extended periods of time at low idle and wasn't building up normal exhaust temperatures, there's a couple sensors in the emissions package that are monitoring the condition of the diesel particulate filter. If they see the filter needs to do a regen, there's also another monitor that's keeping track of the inlet temperature. And if it sees that inlet temperature isn't actually high enough to do that continuous regeneration, then it'll go in and activate the back pressure valve automatically and build up that exhaust temperature to get your regeneration. So you never have to take this machine out of production. The operator never has to worry about warning lights or warnings inside the machine telling him to pull it out of production because he needs to do a regeneration. We've designed the whole package for about an 8,000 hour life, an 8,000 hour filter life. That's based on about a 60% load factor. When we look at the operation in the field of most backhoe loaders, we find that they typically run more like a 30% load factor, which means you could extrapolate this to a 16,000 hour life. In other words, life of the machine, life of the engine, before you might expect to have to do any work on the diesel particulate filter. Now some other changes, we talked about the cooling pack opening on the F-Series machines. On the 450, we still have a 5-bolt panel. You remove those bolts off the front to get access into the cooling package on the front side. Also a little bit different look over here on the side with access into the batteries. So on the 450F, we've got room, we can keep both of our batteries here. And this one is equipped with a cold weather package, so you can see that we've got the 2 battery system here in place. Under the hood, you would also see that we've got accommodation there for the ether start system. Another difference on the 450 is that the battery disconnect on these machines is located here right in the battery box here on the right-hand side. Also, you'll notice storage here for tools. If you got grease guns or chains you want to store out here in this area, you got plenty of room to do that as well. So that's the side panel and access on this side of the machine. If you order the optional cold weather package on the 450, it comes with 2 batteries, the EtherAid start system, and also the block heater, which is located here underneath the cab door. If we roll around to the back, looking at air intake, just like the smaller F-Series, we bring in fresh, clean, cool air from up high on the cab instead of down closer to the tires, where some of our competitors are pulling in some dirtier air. Cab air filter, easy access right here through this door. Now we get back to the stabilizers, and you'll see this one is equipped with stabilizer guards. In fact, they all are. The stabilizer guards are standard on every 450 F-Series machine, as they were on the 450Es. So if we come around to the back and take a look at the backhoe on this machine, you see a lot of things common with our smaller F-Series machine. We've got the double clevis swing casting. In fact, we brought that from the 450 down to the smaller machines with our F-Series. So a lot of durability built into the swing casting back here, built into the swing frame, and a lot of performance on the backhoe. In fact, if we look at stick lift capability on this machine, we're over 1,200 pounds more stick lift capacity than our leading competitor in the North American marketplace. We've got more bucket dig force, we've got more stick force than our competitor. So if you want backhoe performance, really, this machine, the 450F, is the one that'll deliver it for you. With the larger backhoe on this machine, we've got over 17 foot of dig depth, and then when you go with the extendable stick, you get another 3.5 feet of dig depth as well. If you're familiar with the backhoe, we've got the same great serviceability design as our smaller machines, with the E-stick wear pad system with the wedges here and down at the bottom of the stick, and the side pucks here for side-to-side wear adjustment. All of this can be done in the field on all of our F-Series machines using ordinary hand tools, where with our competitors, you'll discover you have to ship those machines into the dealership to get that work done, and you can easily be a day out of production with those machines trying to make those adjustments in terms of E-stick wear. Now if we take a look at a couple other things, we'll start at the backhoe bucket. Backhoe bucket rotation is fairly important if you're digging vertical walls. And so we provide 198 degrees of backhoe bucket rotation on this, which leads the industry for this size class. In terms of versatility, you'll see this one is equipped with backhoe lines. This has got the combined function auxiliary lines in it. So the operator of this machine can operate one-way flow tools like hydraulic hammers or vibratory plate compactors, but it can also operate two-way tools like augers, where you need to reverse the flow on those machines, or hydraulic thumbs. We do have a Caterpillar hydraulic thumb design available for these machines, and you'll see, just like our smaller F-Series, every stick on the 450 comes equipped and ready to be mounted with a hydraulic thumb or a mechanical thumb, which is also available on these machines. So with the hydraulic valve located in the swing casting area, you can switch between one-way and two-way workflow depending on the tool that you're using on the backhoe. So versatility on the front side, we talked about the ability to use different buckets, the forks that we have on there, or to have your dealer install a quick coupler on the front. And then on the back side, a lot of versatility here with things like hydraulic thumb capability and a combined function auxiliary lines. So you can see a lot of things common with our smaller machines. The hydraulic system itself comes with the standard load sensing hydraulic system that we've established clearly in the backhoe loader industry, established our presence in the industry with load sensing systems and the ability to save fuel, to do full lifting at any engine speed, and also save wear and tear on the hydraulic pump components because you only provide flow when it's needed by the operator. On this 450, in fact, we have a little more flow than the smaller machines. This one has a 50 gallon a minute pump capacity on this machine, which means more speed to get this machine moving and more productivity on the machine overall. I'd also point out that all of our hose on the backhoe here is CAT XT3 hose, which gives you that long life and durability that you expect when you buy the CAT brand. So let's go around and take a look at the cab on these machines, and we'll wrap up with a couple other things over there, and then hit a summary on the F-Series 450 machine. Before I get in the cab, I'll just hit on a couple things. You can see we've got the same non-metallic fuel tank that we have on the smaller F-Series machine. That means you don't have to worry about corrosion, condensation, weld splatter, or anything like that. You've got all kinds of volume because you can form that tank to use up all the volume capability that you've got here. In terms of service access, easy open into the hood, and I'll show you that as we climb up into the cab. Once you're here, you'll notice that, like the smaller F-Series machines, all of our service access points for fluid checks right here, centrally located on the machine, so you don't have to be climbing from left side to right side. Easy to service this machine. And then the struts, hold that up and open even in strong winds when you're servicing that tractor. Let's go inside and take a look at the cab. So the new cab here carries over all the features that you're familiar with from the E-Series machines. And then we've added some new ones here with the F. You saw when I sat down, clearly it's air suspension seat, standard on all of our center pivot machines in North America. Also, you notice the four-wheel drive and brake mode selector switch. That's a carryover from the smaller machines. Lets you select two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, and it allows you to get four-wheel braking when you're in the two-wheel drive mode by being in that center position. So it's a great safety feature when you're roading the machine to give you short stopping distances. Also, still continues standard with the tilt wheel, easy foot actuated operation of that. Auto shift transmission is standard in the 450, as well as ride control. Now, some new features we've integrated into this machine occur when you look over here at the right-hand side console. And here you'll see we've got an automatic engine speed control now. What that feature does, it's a carryover from our hydraulic excavators. And so when you're operating the backhoe, if you stop operation of the backhoe joysticks for 5 seconds or more, it'll bring the engine speed down to 1300 RPM. It's both a fuel-saving feature as well as a sound control feature on those job sites. You'll also see we've got a new gauge cluster, and with that, built-in diagnostic capabilities. Also here on the side switches, allows you to go into a service mode. If there's any diagnostic codes in the machine ECM, you can access those, and it improves your troubleshooting capability. Additionally, with those switches, you can change some of the conditions here on the readout. You can change what systems you're monitoring, whether it's a temperature maybe, or system monitoring that you're looking at on this side console. You can switch between English and metric units as well. So a lot of things we're already familiar with on these machines. If you look back at the rear throttle, we've now changed to the rotary dial rear throttle on these machines, which lets you select that operating position for your engine speed. And then on the joysticks, we have the manual kickdown button. So that's independent from the automatic engine speed control, and that gives you instantaneous kickdown to low idle, so it can communicate with the man on the ground. Great visibility on this machine, just like all our smaller F-Series machines. The ability to open up all this glass and get great airflow ventilation on nice days. Great storage here on the side console, as well as storage here for personal items. And then each of these machines comes radio ready, with the ability to mount the radio easily and connect it to the wiring harnesses that are already established in these machines. So that's the 450F. A lot of carryover of great features we had on the E-Series machines with our hydraulic system, our versatility, overall performance, the operator station, E-stick adjustability. And then we've combined that with our new emissions system, which really leads the industry in terms of durability and long life, all in a more powerful package to deliver great performance with this machine. 450F's available now. We're shipping machines to dealers currently, and we look forward to putting you in the seat of one of these machines. Thanks for your time.